Doodlebud here. This is the Asvine V200, the first one that came out. Nice clear acrylic body with titanium trim, and it's been very popular pen, reliable, love the pen. Typically, when you make a good one, you offer it in some more colors, and over here I've been hinting at it. This is the latest version, so this is again the V200, and this time it's in a matte black treatment. This just became available. This was kindly sent to me by Asvine to review and to share all the details with everybody. So we'll do a little side-by-side along with some other pen comparisons. Let's get started. I've been very fortunate to have this pen ahead of time. I had a launch for about a month and a half, I guess I would say, something like that. And so far it's been working great. Haven't had any issues with the pen whatsoever. Essentially just a repeat, just new color options. Matte black, so for folks who don't care for the clear version and all the shiny bits, but like a sharp looking black pen, this might be the ticket for you. Got a bit of a frosted type feel to it versus the clear acrylic is very smooth and you know how these types of pens feel if you got one of those. But this has a different feel to it, different texture. I like the look of the sort of smoky black, smoky gray barrel. I think it looks nice with the coating here on, it's still the titanium trim, but we have this nice coating on it as well. And then we have a matching black nib to go with it. There are two options for the nib, Asvine nibs and also Bock, very similar to how they do it on their other pens. A little bit of a price difference. So the Asvine equipped pen, which is what I have here, that goes for $57.99, $10 more, so $67.99 if you want to go for the Bock. Personal preference has actually been the Asvine nibs. I've found them to be better out of the box than Bock nibs. I've had challenges with Bock nibs, no matter who I get them from, Asvine or any other manufacturer, any like pen company that goes with Bock. I found if I have a problem lately with a nib, typically it's Bock ones. So I don't know what's going on there, but I've been very happy with the Asvine nibs. They've all been just great out of the box, and I've heard really good things from other viewers as well. Of course, every now and then you get a bum one, but it seems that is less common with the Asvine nibs over the Bock. At least that's what it seems to be. It does post just like the other one, but it's, insanely long, and has the O-rings, which from time to time I find them lying around. I actually lost this one for the longest time, and then I recently found it was on the floor in the corner just in time for the video. This one popped off the other day, found it again, so I don't know how I haven't fully lost them. So that is my only little thing with the pen. Like, they're not exactly functional. I think it's there more for aesthetics. And they depending on your pen case, they might pop off all the time. I've seen a lot of folks say they lose them. Other than that little part, everything else has been just fantastic with the pen. I do notice, and it could be the ink I have in here, but for whatever reason, don't roll away. For whatever reason, I'm getting a little more splatter in the barrel. It's quite dirty. I would get a little bit of that on the V200, the standard version, but on this one, and again, it could be the ink. Maybe it's, I don't know, different properties, but it does seem to splash in the barrel a little bit more, and every now and then I'll get a teeny little bit there at the end of the section. So I don't know what the deal is on that one. Maybe I'm just being really aggressive with this one. I've just been chucking it. I've had it in a pen case and it just gets fired into my day bag every single time, so maybe that's what the deal is. I haven't washed it or cleaned it or anything, just kind of let her go. But everything on here, nib is great, ink capacity is good, the mechanism for vacuuming is really good, threads are nice, everything's like, they're actually doing, I think, a fantastic job with their pens. I've been really happy with them. The threads, let me go back to these. They almost feel very similar, but maybe it's the coating. They do feel a little bit smoother on the matte black versus the regular V200. Like, these aren't sharp or anything, but these are a little bit smoother. We're getting a little more contrast on the cap now. So we've got the Asvine, the V200 on the back. As you can see, that's done in there with the laser, so it stands out quite nice. Since I got the zoom going on, let's just give you a little close-up so you can see all the trim and all the doodads, how that's looking all together in the pen, so you can get a nice close look. The reason I do this is I always look for this stuff. If I'm looking to purchase a pen, I always want some nice close-up shots. I see all the little tiny details, and I just don't see them very often. Oh, yes, this is one thing. Let's bring this up. I pulled back the little knob here so you can see again, a little bit of carnage that happens, some plastic up there in the threads. And so there's a threaded bit that goes into this cap to mate the two parts together. And it just seems that this particular profile and this type of plastic, there's a little battle going on, and we can see clearly which one is winning. Now, I talked about this the other day when I did a video talking about some vac fillers and whatnot on the V126, another Asvine pen. It does that as well, but it seems after you've been using it for a while, it doesn't do it anymore. So some of the threads get cut up a little bit, but then after a while, it doesn't seem to do that anymore. So again, I've only filled it once immediately. I played with it a few times, cleaned it out and whatnot. So this has only been undone a few times, a little bit to put a little more ink into the chamber. So I don't have a whole lot of miles on it, but I am curious if over time that potentially wears down. It does feel, nice and smooth and everything, but I'm just curious. That'd be one little area, either, change the plastic that's in there or just do something to those threads so they're not as sharp on to that insert that's inside of there. So same thing here on the regular V200. Let me get you some focus. There we are. So this one, I've used it more, so it seems like it's happening less and less as you use it. Ooh, we got a good, that's a good chunk right there. Yep, that's a good little bit that's right there. So again, let me know down there in the comments, because this one, the original version, has been out for quite some time. Has anyone had any issues with this stripping out, or is it a matter of it does a little damage to the threads, and after that, that's all it's going to do? Quick size comparison, we have the Pen BBS 355, the Asvine V126, both of the V200s, and a Pilot 823. And of course, here we are with the caps off. A couple other very common pens, a Lamy Safari and a TWSBI Eco for size comparison. And again, same pens with the caps on. I got a question for you, the viewer out there. When I do my size comparisons, sometimes I'll pick, as I showed here, pens that have, say, a similar filling system, pens you might be thinking of in a similar price point, or same dimensions. Or should I have a standard, pick some other pens like that, but always have a standard to go with it for size reference, like say a Lamy Safari or TWSBI Eco? Let me know down there in the comments if you would like to see that. Of course, dimensions, weights, all that stuff, ink capacity will be the same as the regular V200 on this new matte black for reference. Hopefully I'll do it, but I'll try to put those details in the bottom. So if you want to get all those specifics, check the description. It's 1.5 turns to remove the cap, which I appreciate. Threads are nice and smooth. They engage really well. I can't remember how many starts it is. Let's see. So what's one? Two start thread. And some folks might be wondering about swap. This isn't really my type of jam, but if you would like to swap, let's see, here it is here, caps and stuff. If you like the looks of doing that, having some fun with things, I guess you could actually take everything apart and you could put all the black parts onto the clear body and these shiny bits onto the smoky body. You could change sections, all that type of stuff. So if you like to have fun like that and switch things around, you have at her. Now it's time to do some writing. For this, I have my nice little Muji notebook. Overall thoughts and impressions mirror those with the first V200 I received. Great pen. It works really well. I really think it's perfect for like a workhorse pen, everyday carry. You got lots of ink capacity. It's built quite strong. It's comfortable. It seals well. All those sort of nice things you want in just sort of an everyday carry, workhorse, reliable pen. Like I said, the O-rings on the back of these, I'll show it here because it's easier to see. They look nice, but again, a little gimmicky, or just don't be surprised if they disappear on you. So that's the only thing there. And as I showed earlier, just that knob. I'd like to hear from someone down below if you've had an issue with it, or if, like I said earlier, it will potentially just cut up a few threads and that's about all it does and it functions fine after that. I hope that's what happens, but let us know in the comments if you won't have one of these yet, but on a different V200 version, if you've had that potential issue where these threads strip out. Other than that, like, it's a really good pen. I think the pricing's reasonable for what you're getting. Functionality wise, dimension wise, construction, good clip, all those just nice things you'd want in a nice everyday carry, reliable type of workhorse pen. Yeah, great one. So that is the end of that. Big thanks again goes out to Asvine for sending me this, especially ahead of time, so I can play with it and check it out, all that, and share my thoughts and findings with everyone. I'll have a link down below to the Asvine Amazon website, because that's where they will first appear. I imagine shortly after that, some of the Aliexpress stores will be picking these up as well. Depending where you are, that might be easier for you to purchase. But there we go. We'll leave it there. You know the deal. If you liked the video, the thumb me button, the comment, the subscribe, and there's the join for the channel memberships. You can learn all about that. Again, details in the description. I have another Asvine pen in the back here. Oh, this is a neat one. Can't tell you what that is yet, but keep your peepers out there. That's why you might want to subscribe so you don't miss the video. Till then, catch you next time.